This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 5. Coverage you can count on.
A Central Florida camp is offering an escape for kids fighting serious illnesses.
A lot of these kids, unfortunately, have been pent up in a hospital.
Coming up, new at 5, how it's taking them away from all the stress for free. Well, for many children diagnosed with a serious illness, everyday life can be challenging, but this local camp is hoping to change that. New right now at 5, Channel 9 anchor Kirsten Delgado shares the mission of Camp Boggy Creek, giving some special kids a dose of normalcy.
Diagnoses like cancer, heart disease, epilepsy, sickle cell. There's a long list of diagnosis groups that we've been serving for a long time.
Whether in a wheelchair or undergoing treatment for cancer, Camp Boggy Creek offers an escape from the hardships of life.
From swimming, boating and fishing, archery, campfires with s'mores, but everything is wheelchair accessible. We have adaptive equipment so that even a child who's missing a limb can participate in archery, or miniature golf.
Located in Eustis, the camp's been running off of donations for 26 years. Campers and their families don't pay a dime. And recently, for the first time, Camp Boggy Creek expanded services to children suffering a mental health trauma after last year's hurricanes.
Families who thought the rest of their household had died until they got to the shelter and found them there. You know, people floating on debris in the midst of the hurricane. How terrifying that is, is hard to imagine unless you've been through that.
The camp is like any other. Parents drop off their children and counselors take over. But these counselors are specially trained and hired with empathy in mind. The camp even has an emergency room and employs a physician, a pediatrician, and a nurse manager. But beyond that, medical volunteers are also on hand based on the camp group's needs.
For instance, when we have children who are at camp with heart disease, we have cardiologists and nurses with cardiology experience all volunteering to wrap around those kids. And we make sure that those volunteers aren't wearing white coats and stethoscopes. They should blend in and have fun at camp, but they're here in case of emergency.
Providing a safe space for children who otherwise may not get the chance to live life with freedom and independence.
They can just be kids, and they can have these adventures and do things that maybe they didn't feel they could do while they were still at home and fighting that diagnosis.
Kirsten Delgado, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.